Guys, welcome to today's art lesson. We are on the jungle packet, and this is art class number 3, the toucan. So, the toucan is a bird that lives in South America in the jungle, and he's really is known for a really colorful beak. So this will be a lot of fun. I have my pencils, or my pencil, my eraser, and then I have these crayons that I'm going to use today. They're the twisty crayons. And I have markers too, so I'm going to kind of mix between those. So let's get started. So if you, there isn't really a place for your name, but if you want to write your name, you can. Okay. And then this is step number 1, drawing the branch that your toucan is going to sit on. So you want to put this kind of low because you want to have plenty of room to draw your toucan. So I'm going to put it really low. And I'm just going to draw a line at the bottom of my page. And I'm going to make the branch kind of small. And we're not going to have as much room as this box has, so we're going to have to cut out the leaves and stuff. But that's okay. Step number 2 is drawing the back of the toucan. Okay, so here, let me pull this up so you can kind of see. This line right here. So, I'm going to start close to the top but not touching the top. And I'm going to come around and curve and then touch my branch. Okay? Awesome. Okay. Step number 3 is drawing the tummy of the toucan. So, I'm going to go further down my branch this way. And I'm going to draw a little rainbow that kind of goes in. And then I'm going to have it kind of curve out a little bit. Oops. So let me fix those lines. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. That's step number 3. Step number 4 is adding the toucan's beak. So, here's the head of the toucan. Whoop. I'm going to draw a line straight up and close off this shape, and you want it to be kind of straight. This is the front of our toucan's beak. And then this line, my head, I'm going to bring this line out and down. Okay, out and down. That's the top of the beak. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the bottom of the beak, which is going to come up like this, okay? You want to make sure it kind of has a little point at the end. Awesome. That's step number 4. If you need to clean up any of your lines, go ahead. I'm going to quickly clean up this line. I'm going to have it. There we go. And I have this line to clean up too. There we are. All right. Step number 5 is adding the details to the toucan's beak. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick a spot kind of close to the bottom line. And that's going to be where the top beak separates from the bottom beak. Okay. And right here, what I did was I kind of brought the line down so it looks like the top beak is sitting over the bottom beak, part of the beak. Do you see that? How it kind of cuts into the bottom, or to the top beak? Try to get that shape where it kind of goes in. They don't touch at the end. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw a rainbow line, a rainbow shaped line from the mouth line, not from the bottom, but from the mouth, that kind of where its beak separates. And then I'm going to draw another one. That makes a stripe. I go down further. Same thing. That makes another stripe. And then on the tip of the beak, I'm just going to make a curve. Okay. Step number 6 is drawing the eyes of our toucan. So the style of this has been drawn and is very cartoony. So we're going to do the same thing. So close to the beak, I'm going to put a big old circle. Big circle. And then I'm going to draw a little bit of a smaller circle inside of it, but still pretty big. And then inside that circle, we're going to put our highlight or our reflection and just make a little circle up in the corner. Okay. So now we're on step number 7. This is where we're kind of finishing up our toucan. So, hold on, I'm cleaning up this line. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but we're going to go between our eyeball and the top of our head and draw a line that touches the beak, but I'm not touching the eyeball and I'm not touching the top of the head. And then I'm going to go down and around and back up to the beak and touch the beak. Okay. Now I'm going to draw its feet. I'm going to just do 2 ovals. And then in those ovals, I'm going to erase the tree branch line. And then I'm just going to put lines up. Okay, that's going to be much easier. And we don't really have enough room to show its tail, but I'm going to draw a line going down on right below the branch to the bottom that kind of shows its tail there. And if you want to add a few leaves, go ahead and add a few leaves. We're just going to make this football or eyeball shape and put a line straight through it. And then you just draw the letter V all the way down. V, or you could say you're drawing a mountain. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to start coloring this in. I'm going to use my new crayons, but you can use whatever you like to color in this picture. So I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is probably going to be my yellows and oranges in the beak. The tip of the beak is black, but, ooh, that was not a good noise. But the rest of the beak is all kind of pretty bright colors. So I'm going to start with yellow, this dark yellow. And I'm outlining first. And then I'm going to color in this section. You can pick whatever colors you want for your toucan's beak. Okay. Then I'm going to choose this peachy orange color for the bottom beak, part of the beak. And these are crayons. They're just twisty crayons because I tend to push kind of hard and I broke all my crayons. So I'm just using these kind of crayons because they're easier for me to color with. Okay. Then I'm going to use peach. Ooh, that's very light. It's hard to see. And I'm going to use a dark orange for right here. Remember, the tip of the beak is going to be black. And now I'm going to do this line dark orange again. And then I'm going to do the middle line kind of a red orange color. Now they drew the bird's feet gray. I'm going to draw its feet more yellow because I think it'll look nicer. And now we need to color in the eyeball. I'm going to use a light green. Not the middle part. That part's going to go black, but the outer ring. And this is very light green, so I'm going to go back in with a little bit of a darker green. Beautiful. And real quick, I'm going to quickly outline my leaves and color those in. So remember, I'm outlining first, and then I'm just going to color in very gently over top of the outline. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this leaf. outline, outline, whoop, whoop. There we go. Okay, so next I'm going to get out my brown, and I'm going to quickly color in the branch. So I'm outlining my branch. That was the first thing we drew. And I'm going to show you a trick to make it kind of look like wood. So now before I color it in with like very light, what I'm going to do is kind of add these swirly lines and swirls and kind of lines like this, like almost looking like water or wind. And this will kind of look like the bark of the tree. And then you can color it in, color over it. Don't push as hard so that it looks lighter and it'll look like wood. This doesn't really work for a marker. This really only works for colored pencil or crayon. Ta-da! So now I think I'm ready to get out my black crayon and start outlining and filling in my toucan. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tip of my toucan's beak. I'm going to color that in black. I'm also going to outline as I go. So I'm going to outline my toucan's beak with black. I'm going to go very slowly and carefully so that I don't accidentally color something because it's really hard to get. You can't really get rid of black once you put it on the page. It's very difficult too. Okay. See, like right there, but that's okay. Next, I'm going to outline this line around its face because that inside is going to stay white. And I'm going to quickly color in my pupil. Now, don't color in the highlight, that little circle. Leave that white, but this bigger circle around it, the pupil, color that in black. Okay. Now I'm going to outline the rest of the bird. And I'm going to color that in. And I'm going to outline its feet as well. Oh, and don't forget the little bit of the tail. If you had the little bit of the tail sticking out from under the branch, it's black. I'm just going to color that black. I'm going to outline the feet. There we go. Now I'm going to nicely but lightly color in my toucan's body black. But I'm going to leave the patch around its eye white. And if you want to kind of draw its wing folded, you can. And then its other wing would be over here. You can just kind of draw a bump. Ta-da! Okay, now let's quickly pick a background color and fill it in lightly. I'm not going to outline for the background color. I'm just going to lightly, lightly, lightly just shade it in. Very, very light, very soft. I'm not pushing very hard, and I'm going kind of quickly. It's okay if there's a little bit of white because I kind of want it to look like sky. So I'm not going to push very hard. I don't want it to be the focus of my picture. I want my beautiful bird to be the focus of my picture. So I'm just going very lightly. I know it's probably hard to see over the camera because the light's on it, but I will hold it up for you guys to see. I don't want to forget anything, but I also want to go a little bit quickly and make it look like it's kind of blue skies, very light with like wispy clouds in the back. And don't forget to get underneath the branch too. So there we go. There's our finished toucan. Thank you guys so much for drawing with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. See you later.